What's going on, my people of the world? My name is Nicholas Kemp, and welcome to NK 3D Solutions, where I am super passionate about 3D art, entrepreneurship, and doing what you love through freelancing. In this video, I want to talk about how to build a brand.
It's a new day, and like always,
8 hours later.
you can count on us. Count on us to keep things clean. So you
Sorry, that was an ad. So many people today are looking to build brand. I'm seeing people doing it the wrong way. Now, I'm not here to say my brand is perfect, but I feel like the tips and some of the things that I want to talk about in this video will help you bring some clarity to your audience and be able to really add value to the marketplace. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So you're probably wondering at this point, what is a brand? A brand is pretty much the why of your business. I gave you the goal of my brand in the beginning. My goal is to bridge the gap between 3D art, entrepreneurship, and doing what you love, because I feel like not enough artists are taking advantage of being more entrepreneurial and really living out their dreams. Everything that I do around these topics is relatable in some way to those three ideas. And we can look at this honestly in real life. Let's look at some of the biggest brands in the world. So I'm going to take Nike, for example. Their branding is a simple, one-line statement that clearly defines what they do. Nike's goal is to bring inspiration and innovation to athletes in the world. Everything they do is impacting the world of athletes. And you want to do that in the beginning because it lets the people know that you're trying to reach, potential clients, what you're all about. The one thing you don't want to do in business is have people assume that they know what you do. You want to be clearly defined. You're probably wondering, what is the importance of a brand? I can name so many things. So let's start with the pros. So number one, it builds awareness and loyalty. The best thing about having a brand is that you can clearly define, what you do. I think that really stands out in the marketplace because it doesn't create a lot of confusion, and then people can actually become loyal to you and actually buy your products and services that they see fit. Number two is that branding is like an investment. So you get to spend a lot of time. If you're a patient person and you're looking to really build this up slow, you can really build deep relationships with people. The third pro, I feel, is it can protect you from competition. So when you build brand the right way, you can really capitalize on nobody, being in your space, you being the only player in the game that really does what you do. And I think that's the beauty about building brand, but a lot of people, see it as something that is kind of shoved to the side. And I feel like a lot of businesses are doing it wrong, even from small to large corporations. There are many cons to branding as well. So the two biggest cons that I see when it comes to branding is, number one, it can be super expensive. So let's say you're at a point in your business where you built up all these different products, and something goes wrong with the actual product, or the service or whatever, but you spent all this money branding, all these different things in the pipeline of your business. Now, if that, creates a negative connotation towards itself, now you have to pretty much change the entire mission and branding of the company, which can be very expensive. Like, imagine having t-shirts, pins, and all these different other things that add to your business that you sold, that now people either don't want to buy, or maybe you want to move in a different direction. That leads me to the second con that I have, which is very difficult to change. So let's say you explored a space, you thought you wanted to do it, and now you have to change all over again. Not only do you have to change your branding completely, you have to find a new customer base to actually target. So basically, your ideal client can either completely change, or it may stay the same depending on if you are in the realm of where you want to be. So those are some of the biggest things and why I think branding is important, and I gave you some pros and cons. So how do you actually build a brand in 2020? The answer is social media. So there is so much social media out there that you can actually play around with to build your brand. When you're building a brand and after you've chosen, all the colors and different things like that that really define your brand, you can now really go into social media and start to promote your business. Now here's the key. Unfortunately, when you're building a brand, you shouldn't be selling anything. You should be posting either, tutorials or some type of work that builds your credibility. Remember, you're coming into an industry that's already established and you're making your way to really show the world what you actually do. In the world of business, that is called giving value, which is why a lot of people don't want to build brand in the first place. When you build value, you build those deep relationships like I was talking about before with people who actually want to see that type of content. With social media, you have to really build yourself up to really stand out. And you're probably wondering, like, Nick, what do I use? The answer is really, I know you probably don't want to hear it, is really anything that you want to explore.
Jesus Christ.
But my rule of thumb when building a brand is actually pick the platforms that you're most active on. In today's world, we have so many social media. For my own channel, my own business, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, you may not want to start with that many. You may want to start with one solid platform that you feel comfortable with, you use all the time. A lot of people are very comfortable with Instagram. If you are an image-based business, like me doing 3D design, Instagram is perfect for artists, photographers, even musicians in certain cases as well, where people can actually get a snippet of what you do. Then you have places like YouTube, which is more of a teachable moment to where you can do the tutorials about how to do exactly what you're doing, because somebody out there has the idea, they just don't know how to go about actually doing what they want to do for a living. And that's where you provide value. People come back to you and then they see you as an expert and you build that credibility. You're probably wondering at this point, now that you've picked the social media platform that you love the most, what do I need to set up in order, to really stand out? Every social media platform has the following things in common. So number one is a name, a profile pic, a bio, contact, and those are pretty much kind of the main things. So you can actually start there. What you want to do is start really branding your page and filling in those pieces of information. A profile picture really attracts people. Just having a good profile picture alone will have people come to your page and actually see what you're all about. A bio, something that's super clear, that says exactly what you do. Contact, so if somebody wants to actually contact you, they can actually do that to actually pay you. Oh, and of course, your name. Your name has to be something that's searchable, so when you start to build your audience, people can actually find, in the search engines on these different platforms. For example, you can find me on Instagram at NK3D Solutions together. That way, you'll be able to find everything that I do and anything that's associated with my profile. It does depend on which platform you're on, but pretty much every platform has all the things that I mentioned before. And I really wanted to close this video out with this. For anybody out there that knows me, I am a huge fan of Gary V, aka Gary Vaynerchuk. He is a awesome entrepreneur that really has impacted me today and really influenced the way that I think about my own business. He said something truly powerful about this kind of thing he did on his Twitter account or Instagram account, which I'll post in the video somewhere around here, where he says how, you as the person, like, how do I grow on Instagram? People ask that all the time. And the response was, stop giving a fuck about what people say and just do. was the summary basically of the actual image. When you think about that, you need to post content that's actually valuable, that people will care about. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this video. There's no excuse for you to slack on your dreams. So if you got that idea, start building your brand today so that when you come out of this, maybe this is something you can do for a living and in the long term. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my content. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with somebody that you feel needs it, and I'll see you in the next video.